What's up, gang? Case here with our in-gym strength work for Monday, January 18th. We have 3 sets of back squats and push press today. We're still working through some tempo on those back squats, 3 second down, but no pause in the bottom this week. And then on push press, we'll have no tempo. We'll be building across all 3 sets on both movements. So be sure you get at least 3 warm-up sets in of each movement, getting up to that moderately heavy starting working weight. And then on your back squats, look to jump 10 to 20 pounds in between sets. And on your push press, look to jump 5 to 10 pounds between sets. On that back squat, I want to focus on that core bracing again, because when you get this barbell on your back, the biggest tendency I see is for people to disengage their core and stick their pelvis back or tilt their pelvis back so that they're gaining stability out of their spine versus gaining stability out of our belly, which is what we should be aiming for. So it's one of the reasons we're using that 3 second descent today. So pulling this barbell down into your traps, shoulder width stance, make sure those toes are pointed out slightly, and then pushing out on that belly to make it tight. Breathe in at the top. Control that down for 3 seconds, holding that breath, keeping that tension. Try to get the hip crease below the knee. Drive that full foot through the ground to stand. So once again, we set up our core at the top, pulling that bar down, locking those ribs down, big belly as we breathe in. Locking in that position, making sure that belly stays tight on the way down, because if you're overarching, overextending that spine, you're going to feel tension in your low back and the bottom. So one way to check for that is, do I feel tension in my belly or in my back and the bottom? We want it to be in the belly, and then from there, driving through the heels, standing up quicker. Make sure you're not having to pause in between any of your reps. 3 on the way down, just enough time to get that breath again and start that subsequent rep. We shouldn't be getting anywhere near failure today. So even when you finish that last set, you should have a couple reps left in the tank. Moving to that push press next. Big thing I want to see you guys working on is trying to get a full tight grip on the bar and still letting that barbell rest on your shoulders. In order to achieve this front rack, I'll see a lot of people go back into that fingertip, and then they're essentially having to catch that bar as it rolls off their shoulder. We want to have a tight grip, still getting that bar down onto the shoulder. That way we can throw it from the shoulder, but we still have plenty of pressing power. If we get back here in our fingertips, we don't have a lot of pressing power. If we keep a full tight grip, that's where we're going to have the most power. Stance on this, narrower than our squat, so hip width. Toes should be straight forward. And the other big flaw I've been seeing on this movement is people like to distribute their weight towards their toes, when in reality, when you dip, you should be distributing weight towards your heels, and you should be driving through that heel to generate that power. So on these reps today, you are welcome to catch that next rep right in your squat position, but make sure that we're extending the hips, squeezing our butt and belly at the top, and that we're extending our hips before we ever move those arms. Once again, building on our back squats today, 10 to 20 pounds, building on our push press, 5 to 10 pounds, as long as the set feels good. No tempo on those push press, sticking with that 3 second down on the back squat. Rest at least a minute between movements today. Good luck on your strength work. We'll see you back soon for our Metcon.